Now at 10, some Cardinals fans got the chance to meet their favorite baseball players during the Cardinals Caravan at Missouri Southern State University today. Plus, the Joplin community came together to begin work on projects for our local veterans. And we have the latest on the Mega Millions jackpot winning ticket.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Cale Chapman. Earlier this week, lawmakers in Missouri voted on a stricter dress code, at least for women. The State House approved a new rule that requires women to cover their shoulders. They can do so with a jacket, knit blazer, or cardigan. The cardigan option was only added after one opponent pointed out blazers can be difficult for pregnant women to wear.
On day one in our legislature, they're doubling down on controlling women. It's wild to me, and I think it's sending a message to Missourians that the Republican Party, the Missouri GOP, doesn't have their best interest in mind and is certainly not focused on the issues important to our constituents.
The rule was actually proposed by a woman, Republican Ann Kelly. She says it makes things more equal since men are required to cover their shoulders with a shirt and jacket. Lawmakers and reporters in the U.S. House were required to cover their arms with sleeves up until 2017. One Joplin community organization came together to begin work on projects for our local veterans today. Our Veterans First met at the Joplin Empire Market for their first planning meeting of the year. The group is working to create transitional housing for vets by building a veterans teeny village in Joplin.
We do. It's very fulfilling and it means something. And I wouldn't want to do anything else. I mean, we all have jobs and lives. And so it is somewhat of a sacrifice, but nothing compared to the people that we're serving.
Our Veterans First is a nonprofit organization. Their membership is open to everyone. Some Cardinals fans got the chance to meet their favorite baseball players during the Cardinals Caravan at Missouri Southern State University today. KOAM's Yana Atala has more from the event.
Let's hear it for the Cardinals.
Cardinals players signed 400 autographs for local children as the team's annual Cardinals Caravan returned to Missouri Southern State University.
Our fans travel so far sometimes to come see us, so I think it's really important that we also travel a little bit to see them, and it's a great way to kick off the start of the season since spring training is coming up soon.
Shannon Lacker hosts the raffle, which the United Way of Southwest Missouri and Southeast Kansas accepts donations for.
We have a lot of stuff at the stadium, different promotional items that we give away throughout the season, and sometimes we have extras that we're available to bring to events like this.
Lee Snow participated in the event with his friends and siblings. He wants to get an autograph on his hat and baseball.
My dream is to play for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Cardinals players say it is nice to be on the other side of the fence to inspire the children who are interested in the game.
Seeing how passionate the fans are, and I mean just the fan base in general, it's amazing.
There's no players playing, there's nothing to watch. But number two are the fans. And St. Louis has such a loyal fan base, such tradition, such history. Memories are formed, family bonds, rivalries even. And it's that enthusiasm and that passion that fuels the machine that kind of puts its best effort to put the best product on the field.
The players don't get to interact with their fans as much at the stadium.
This is a lot more up close and personal, and I think they think it's a lot of fun to see how invested too the fans are, and especially the kids, how much they actually know about Cardinals baseball. I think that always surprises them.
In Joplin, Yana Haudala, KOAM News.
After its Joplin stop, the Caravan will head down to Rolla. Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us now for a first look at the weather.
Well, it was a beautiful day to be outside playing baseball in January, believe that or not. It's pretty clear right now on radar, and it's going to stay that way for about another 24 hours, but then we're going to start to see some rain chances, and we desperately need the rain as the drought is still in control for a large segment of the Central Plains, including southeastern Kansas, and now it's starting to inch its way back into southwestern Missouri. We wanted to see go in the other direction, and we need more rain for that. And unfortunately, with the dry conditions, tomorrow we're going to see winds around 30 to 40 miles per hour in the morning. And then as we go through the afternoon, we could see gusts over 50 miles per hour, especially as we go into tomorrow night. So that in combination with the dry air means that the fire danger is going to start increasing across our area. Looking down the lane, a windy Sunday, Monday showers, a mild Tuesday, and more rain on Wednesday. And of course, I'll have all the details on that in just a little bit.
All right, well, the winning Mega Millions ticket was sold earlier today. It's the $4th billion jackpot in Mega Millions history. We take you to Maine, where the winning ticket was sold.
The winning ticket was sold right here in Maine, says Mega Millions, at hometown Gas and Grow in Lebanon. On Friday the 13th, the lucky winner walked through these gas station doors and left with a winning ticket.
You're a winner. We're also happy around here and really gung-ho.
Chuck Butler says he's never been lucky, but hopes someone in his hometown is.
Unbelievable. I'm glad somebody's won it.
Employee Karen Downs says 3 people were working last night, all hoping to be the one who handed out the jackpot.
And we don't know who sold the ticket yet. I could have been the one to sell it.
Maine Lottery says the cash prize will come to around $720 million after taxes. Gas station owner Fred Cotreau will receive a $50,000 selling bonus. Cotreau says he got a call at 6 a.m. Saturday morning from the Maine Lottery and at first thought it was a scam.
Pretty overwhelmed. Yeah, this is really big. We are anxiously awaiting for the winner to be revealed. We're hoping it's somebody from here in town.
Maine Lottery Director Greg Minio says the winner has 12 months to come forward to their Augusta office. The ticket holder can choose to keep their identity a secret.
Someone may have someone represent them in the form of a trust to come in and claim the prize.
Some residents say if they won, they would not make it public.
I'll probably sign it, put it in a safe, secure spot, hire a lawyer and accountant.
Maine Lottery says this is the second largest jackpot in history and the first one in Maine. In Lebanon, I'm Asia Reed reporting.
The jackpot for the next drawing on Tuesday is currently at its starting value of $20 million. We take this time now to honor a local veteran. Stephen Diano served in the U.S. Navy from 1937 to 1970. The Grove, Oklahoma native served in Vietnam as part of Inshore Undersea Warfare Group 1. The decorated serviceman Diano received the Navy Good Conduct Medal, Republic of Vietnam Campaign Medal, Vietnam Service Medal, and National Defense Medal, among others. To Signalman Second Class Stephen Diano, we thank you, our 4-state hero. And coming up, a new app is being used in Virginia public schools. It's changing how students and staff respond to emergencies. Plus, a breakfast favorite gets a little more expensive at the grocery store. The Apex, North Carolina community came together today to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his message of unity and nonviolence. Dozens of people marched from Apex First Baptist Church to the Apex Town Hall, where they held a prayer rally. Community organizer Tayon Williams Dancy says it's about remembering the sacrifice Dr. King and so many other leaders made. After the march, people stuck around for a youth summit at the Apex Senior Center to discuss violence and the impact on its communities.
We get to walk down Salem Street today with no issues. When they walked across that bridge, when Dr. King was walking and marching, they were spraying hoses at him. They were beating them with batons.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day will be this Monday, January 16th. A Virginia public school system is implementing new technology in the classroom to keep children safe. In the past, in case of an emergency, teachers had to notify supervisors, then supervisors would notify the authorities. But now, with just one click of a button, everyone will be notified.
We want to have a response faster because minutes and seconds count.
In the past, in case of an emergency, teachers had to notify supervisors. Then supervisors would notify the authorities. But now, with just a click of one button, everyone will be notified.
The app will ask you, is this an emergency? And so you have to take one more step and you have to slide it. And then it's an auto dialer. So we have 2 steps instead of 3 steps of dialing 911.
An active shooter notification will then alert staff and law enforcement within a 5-mile radius.
Roanoke County may be closer to some of our schools, for instance Garden City, that could get as fast as a police officer here in our city.
A map will show police exactly where the threat is located. On Friday, RCPS tested the new technology in all schools, and it was successful.
Columbine, post-Parkland, post-Uvalde, and now in Newport News, we have this and we're pleased to have this and roll this out to our staff because I think we can improve response times, which can save lives.
The district chose a phone app over a static or fob alarm.
Everybody almost in this day and time has a cell phone, has a tablet.
Officials say students learn better when they feel safe.
We want to make sure that they have a safe, clean, and healthy environment to learn in.
California continues to experience severe weather after several large storms earlier this month. Roadways in Sacramento, California were submerged with water after atmospheric floodwaters continued to impact the area today. County officials advised drivers not to drive through standing water and to turn around, don't drown. There's good news for Americans whose budgets have been hurt by soaring costs. Inflation is slowing down to an annual rate of 6.5%, driven largely by steep drops in gas prices. But for some supermarket staples, the prices aren't just up, they're exaggerated. CBS's Michael George has the details.
What was once a cheap breakfast staple in almost every kitchen has somehow become a luxury item.
It's like $8 a dozen for a jumbo egg, which is ridiculous.
Even as inflation is cooling, the cost of eggs keeps rising. Last January, the average price for a dozen eggs was under $2, but by December, it had more than doubled to over $4. Even grocery stores are feeling the pinch.
We're actually losing money on every dozen eggs we sell right now, but if we go any higher, then we price ourselves out of the competition completely.
The main reason for the skyrocketing price is the deadliest outbreak of avian flu in U.S. history. Tens of millions of birds have died or been slaughtered. Egg industry research scientist Mauro Ibarburu says high demand around the holidays also raised prices.
What needs to happen to get egg prices back to what they were?
What needs to happen is to recover from the avian influenza and to prevent new cases.
Experts say it could take a few months for new chickens to be raised to replace those lost. Even bakeries are struggling to find enough eggs.
We don't drop an egg because that's a lot of cost. Every egg counts.
And it's not just eggs. Meat, poultry, and fish prices rose 4.5% in a year due to inflation and higher production costs. And butter is costing Americans about 31% more. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
A little later, Pitt State basketball faces off against Washburn at home in the John Lance Arena.
And we've started off on a warm weekend. Is it going to stay that way? I'll let you know when we come back. We started out quite chilly this morning with lows in the lower 20s, but this afternoon we made it up into the 50s, so it wasn't too bad. Also lots of sunshine. Let's take a look at the time lapse over the last 12 hours or so. You can see that the clouds started out this morning and then they broke up, and then we had some high then cirrus clouds through most of the afternoon, and then we had a gorgeous sunset, especially down in the Seneca, Missouri area. You can see the sun there setting in the background. Things are pretty calm right now across our area. We made it up to 53 in Joplin, starting out at, like I said, that 20 degrees this morning, which was below the normals of 25, but we were above normal on the high, so it kind of evened out. 71, the record high back in 1996, and -7 back in that cold winter of 1979. Radar is clear right now, but that's going to change over the next 24 to 36 hours. But don't get too excited because it's not going to be a big system with a lot of rainfall, and we desperately need the rainfall. Instead, the West Coast is still getting pummeled by this big storm system, and it's now starting to inch its way towards shore. But all this moisture is headed in our direction, and that will arrive tomorrow night into Monday morning, and then I think a better chance of rain on Wednesday. Temperatures right now are not too bad, but this afternoon, like I said, we were in the lower 50s across our area, 47 up in Garnett, lower 50s elsewhere. Now temperatures are dropping down into the 30s and 40s, 30s mainly to the east and 40s still out to the west because of those south winds. And we're about 10 to 15 degrees, actually 20 degrees warmer tonight than we were 24 hours ago, so at least we're on the positive side. And then if we take a look at what it feels like right now, generally feels like it's in the 30s, pretty much wall to wall. Dew points, they're low, and that means the air is dry. And when you factor in the winds tomorrow, that's going to increase our fire danger, so please be aware of that, especially on Monday once the system comes through. 42 right now in Joplin. It feels like 37 because the wind is out of the south-southeast at 9. The dew point's 25, and it's starting to come up a little bit, and the pressure is currently falling. Forecast tonight, mostly fair with lows generally in the 40s, some 30s up towards the north with those south winds. Then the wind machine kicks in tomorrow with winds out of the south gusting over 40 miles per hour at times, with highs in the upper 50s, maybe 60 down to the south. And then as we go through Sunday night into Monday morning, scattered showers will be possible with southwesterly winds still gusting and generally in the 50s. Then as we go through the afternoon, that shower activity moves to the east and we get replaced by a dry southwesterly wind with temperatures in the 60s, and that means the fire danger is going to be up there. Then as we go into Tuesday morning, lows will be dropping down into the 30s with lighter northwesterly winds. Rainfall amounts, not a whole lot to speak of, mainly to the south and east. That's where the best chance of getting more precipitation is going to be. Here's a look at the bigger picture. We're going to start out with some mild air. That moves away as that system comes in. Then as we go through time, we're going to see some cold air spilling in from the north just ahead of the next storm system, and that means we could be looking at a snow situation as we go into the forecast. In fact, here's a look at it. 30% chance of showers Monday morning, better chance on Wednesday, maybe a mixture on Thursday morning, but a better chance of snow, I think, next weekend, Cale, with a high of only 40 next Saturday.
Well, there you go. Yeah, big day for fans of snowmen.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of fans out there, and they're going to like it.
Heck yeah. Well, thank you,
All right.
Sam. Still ahead, the Pitt State women aim to stay hot against Washburn, and the Missouri Southern men put their
Well, both the Pittsburgh State Gorillas and Missouri Southern Lions are at home today, hosting MIAA Conference doubleheaders. The Pittsburgh State is at home this afternoon, facing the Washburn Ichabods. On the women's side, Gorillas are 7-3 in the MIAA coming into the day, and they've won 7 of their last 9. Washburn goes up 7-0 early. Aaron Davis finds an open shot. It's Ichabods by 5 after 1. Now in the second, Grace Pyle connects from downtown. Double-double for Pyle today, 15 points, 11 boards. Gorillas briefly take the lead in the second. Washburn, though, takes a 4-point lead to the break. Second half, Gorillas really get going. Corinna Gerber, she gets 16 points, 9 rebounds. PSU up 3 going to the fourth. Then the veterans on the team put it away. Aaron Davis from the corner, she scores 13. Tristan Gegg lines up, buries a 3 of her own. Gegg scores 12, all 12 of them in the second half. Huge fourth quarter for the Gorillas. They pull away from Washburn 74-55.
Tristan made a big 3 that kind of took the lid off the basket, I felt like, from the three-point line, just gave us a little relief. You know, I'm sure people know that we like the three-point line. Aaron, I think, made a big shot. Just, you know, a little fake pass and drained it in the corner. And so just got some emotion going, I think. Felt like they played Missouri Southern close, you know, the first half too, and so just kind of kept telling our girls, like, it's going to come. You know, we're just playing a little tight on those threes. You just got to trust your offense, and it'll come.
To the men's game in Pittsburgh, Gorillas try to snap a 4-game losing streak today. And Marquis English came out hot early. Check it out, backdoor cut here, gets up, throws it down with one hand. Then English gets the rebound here, put back and the foul. Finally, English gets the assist from Labette County High School product Magic Relaford. Marquis English scores a team-high 15. The problem today, though, is Washburn really shot the ball. They hit 14 threes, go 53% from the field. Ichabods put it away, beating Pittsburgh State 93-63. The Missouri Southern Lions are at home this afternoon, hosting the Emporia State Hornets. The last time out for the Southern women, they snapped a 3-game losing streak, beating Washburn by 16. So today, the Lions hit the floor against the Hornets, looking for back-to-back wins. Lacey Stokes, early 3 from Missouri Southern. She had a relatively quiet night, but big first quarter for Southern. They outscore Emporia State 27-10. On to the second quarter now. Good ball movement. Ball finds its way back to Chrislyn Jones in the corner. She knocks down the 3. At that point, it's Southern by 16. 18 points, 7 rebounds today for Chrislyn Jones. Caitlin Honeycutt, she was the leading scorer tonight. Hits the long ball here. Honeycutt scores 20, including 4 threes. Southern rolls by Emporia State 86-69 tonight with 4 players in double figures.
Lacey, I think, maybe only had 2 or 4 points. And when your leading scorer doesn't have to score because you got everybody else getting those opportunities, it just makes it tougher for us, for people to guard us. You know, it's huge when Caitlin starts knocking down threes. Chris is making threes. Haley knocked down a 3. It just extends defense even that much more. Now you got opportunities inside with Maddie and Amaya to score around the basket, and then it gives you opportunities to go get offensive boards because the defense is so extended out. And I thought our kids did a really good job, especially that first half. We really did a good job sharing the basketball.
As for the Lion men, they try to push their winning streak to 8 games today against Emporia. Starting in the first, it's Avery Taggart at the top of the key. Finds an opening, knocks down the 3-ball. 13 points tonight for Taggart. Then Christian Bundy ahead to Winston Desasau. Nobody steps up. So he pulls up and knocks down the long ball. Southern up 11. Desasau scores 14. Vincent Sigmund Jr., nice night for Southern. Open for 3 in the corner. Sigmund Jr., team high 21 points tonight for the Lions. But Emporia State takes them to overtime. The Hornets pull it out 83-79. The Kansas State Wildcats climbed into the national rankings this week after 3 straight wins over top 25 teams. Now tonight, K-State faces another ranked opponent, hitting the road to face TCU. The Wildcats ranked 11th in the nation, while TCU's number 17. Emmanuel Miller in transition, layup for TCU. Horned Frogs up 6. They would add to that lead. Eddie Lampkin Jr. gets the lay-in. TCU pushes their lead to double digits, and they really never let up. Still in the first, the lead is 12. Mike Miles Jr., floater plus the foul. K-State's 9-game winning streak ends today, falling to TCU 82-68. Now this one here, more competitive game. KU at home against Iowa State. Jayhawks sweep by 62-60. Grady Dick scores 21 to lead Kansas. Jayhawks are now 5-0 to begin conference play. That's it for sports. We're back after this.
All right, well, welcome back. Sam, can you give us a quick whack?
Sure. Showers on Monday, and then a better chance on Wednesday, and then winter tries to make a comeback on Saturday, and maybe even again on Tuesday. So winter has not given up the ghost yet.
Well, there you go. They're sticking around. Leonard, you got anything for us?
I have to talk about that NFL game that we just watched finish. 27-0, the Chargers led the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags come back and win 31-30 on a last-second field goal. I don't know if it's an epic comeback for the Jags or if it's just another collapse for the Chargers, or both.
Hey, you know, it's shared on both sides. I'll give it to the Jags, though. That's great effort. Well, that's our time for tonight. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow.